Hey, Doc Testosterone here. This video is going to be quite serious because this is a serious matter. It's going to be the first video in a series of videos through which we will take down the porn industry. We will make sure that our voices are heard. And I want to bring to you guys all the science behind NoFap, how sex relates to testosterone, what happens with porn addiction, with excessive masturbation, what will happen to your relationship, what is the science behind all of this. I want to bring all that out to you. In this video, now again, there's a lot of science. There's a lot of research. I spent about 6 hours just today going over all the recent research for today's video. So there's old studies, new studies, there's a lot of information. So I'm not gonna cover everything in this video. It's gonna be hard. So help me out, post your comments below. Whatever I've missed or whatever you're confused about, I will address in the next video. This one, I want to specifically solve this question of, if I have sex, will that increase or decrease my testosterone? So how does having sex, actual sex, not porn or masturbation, how does that relate to testosterone levels? And I also want to address erectile dysfunction in this video and how you can overcome that through various means. So let's first start out with basics. So there are two types of erections. Some erections happen at night, right? This is known as nocturnal penile tumescence. Tumescence is erection. Nocturnal is at night, penile is penis. These erections are what is known as morning wood. They happen spontaneously at night. These are primarily dependent on testosterone. Now, the other types of erections are sex erections. They happen when you have sex with someone. Again, this video is about actually having sex with a human partner, not about porn and not about just like imagining something and then you're masturbating, none of that stuff. Now, those erections, which are sex-related erections, they depend on testosterone, but they also depend on dopamine, okay? So they depend on both of these hormones. So remember, sex erections are not just testosterone dependent, they're also dopamine dependent, they're oxytocin dependent, and there are other hormones involved as well. Now, what turns out, the science shows us that whenever there is a dysfunctional relationship, when there is sexual dysfunction in a marriage or in a girlfriend-boyfriend relationship or a fuck buddy relationship, if there are problems and there is sexual dysfunction, then the lack of sex, the lack of penile blood flow may result in low testosterone. Okay? Now, this is known as the use it or lose it principle. The guy who discovered it, Donald Hebb, actually was from McGill University, where I graduated from, and we studied him. This is a neuroscience related topic, use it or lose it. So for example, when you're a kid and you want to learn a language or you want to learn how to play a musical instrument, if you don't do it for a certain amount of time, then you will lose that ability to learn in your brain, and it'll be harder for you. You might not lose it completely. Obviously, we know even people who are old have the ability to learn stuff. You know, this is known as synaptic plasticity. So obviously there is a way to learn things in old age, but it becomes way harder. So keep in mind this concept of use it or lose it. Now, the way it works with erectile dysfunction and having sex is, if you don't have sex for a long time, then that penile blood flow that is going to your penis, which is triggered by your brain because you have sexual desire, you're aroused by a hot girl. If you don't do that for a long time, then those arteries, right? So they're known as penile arterioles and cavernous sinusoids. These arteries and blood vessels in general in the penis will deteriorate, okay? Remember, think of it like exercise. When you exercise your biceps or you exercise your legs, whatever you're doing, the blood flow in those blood vessels increases. And sometimes, for example, with HIIT training, you're sprinting, then you're paused, then you're sprinting, then you're paused. That causes strengthening of those blood vessels. That's why it works. That's why it boosts testosterone so much. Now, what they found is people who have a dysfunctional relationship and they stop having sex, okay, that stoppage of sex will cause a decrease in testosterone, which will do a feedback, which will cause more erectile dysfunction because you have lower testosterone, which will cause even more problems in your relationship. Now, if you're a guy who has a girlfriend, who has a wife, then you need to have really good sex. Really, really good sex is one of the cornerstones, if not the cornerstone, of a good relationship. But remember, it's bidirectional. All of these scientific studies show a bidirectional nature. What does that mean? If you have good sex, then that will result in a great relationship. But a great relationship, great bonding, is the prerequisite or the cornerstone of having good sex. So they go both ways, okay? So remember that. Now, for those of you who are single, if you go many years without having that penile blood flow, then you may get ED in older age. That is use it or lose it. So if you don't use those blood vessels in your penis, you will lose the ability to get that erection, okay? That is why if you have a wife and let's say she's fat or she is ugly or, whatever, you've lost interest in her, either go and have threesomes with her, get her approval, even if she doesn't like girls, maybe she'll like it with alcohol. I don't know. I'm not promoting alcohol, but I'm just saying there's a trade-off to everything. Either go have a threesome with, for example, Khalifa, this famous porn star. She lives here in Miami. Or you can just cheat on your wife, because even studies have shown there's a correlation between men who have extramarital affairs. They cheat on their wives. It's about 15% of American men do that at some point in their life. If you do that with Khalifa, then again, there's a correlation with men who have multiple relationships. They are polyamorous and with high testosterone. So again, it's a correlation. Obviously, it's not a causation. I'm not saying if you want to boost your testosterone, go and sleep around all the time. Just telling you that there is a correlation. So it is quite likely that guys with high testosterone will cheat on their wives, will have threesomes, will have multiple partners. This is all very evolutionarily plausible. It's likely. So just wanted to let you guys know that. Okay, now the subject of porn and fapping and so on and so forth. Whatever I just covered has to do with having real sex. In future videos, I will cover things like nofap and masturbation, excessive masturbation, as well as porn addiction and how to overcome that. I have already started online coaching, and one specific thing I do is help guys overcome porn addiction, because I was addicted to porn for about 4 years. This is years ago. And I developed a very specific neuroscience-based way to unlearn all of those bad habits of masturbating, excessively every day, 7 days a week. So I overcame my porn addiction and went on nofap. I'm on nofap now. If you are interested in overcoming your porn addiction, if it's excessive, you want to learn science-based techniques to overcome it, then I'm gonna put the email address here. It's coaching@doctestosterone.com. Email me and I will let you know what the details are of the online coaching. The other thing I want you to remember is at the end of the video, I'm going to put my Snapchat icon. Take a snap, add me, and send me a snap letting me know that you're on my Snap now so I can add you. The reason for that is I, all the time, every day, post snaps about questions that I want to ask you, that I want to answer in these videos, things that I'm learning really quickly through books and papers and medical manuscripts. I want to tell you guys that right away on snaps. So make sure you add me and that'll be really great for you. Now, to get started on some nofap type information, I've already made videos about it, okay? So Axel put the links right now up on this site, on this page right now. You'll see some links here. And click on those to learn just some basics of nofap. So when I talk about it in future videos. You are aware of what the fuck's going on. And again, comment below. What do you want to know about this week? Because we are going to take down the porn industry. We're going to take down all this cam girls and all this bullshit, which is ruining the youth of today. A lot of my clients, a lot of my friends back in the day, and me included back in the day, have been addicted to porn, and that has led to my erectile dysfunction and led to my just being fucked up in the brain. And now, luckily, fortunately, I was able to overcome it. And that's only because I have a neuroscience background and I'm able to understand how to cause unlearning in the brain. Anyway, so I just wanted to let you know that. Do a thumbs up if you like this video. And also share this with your friends. If you go down in YouTube, there is a share button. Share this on Facebook. Add me as a friend. Tag me so I can know that you came from YouTube and you did this sharing with your friends. And yeah, man, that's it. That's a very chill video today. I didn't want to go usual craziness like Doc usually does. I just wanted to give you some value about giving you some value about the importance of having sex. All that bullshit about arranged marriages and don't have sex before marriage is bullshit. That's why you see a lot of guys who have been suppressed in terms of sexual activity and sexual functioning. They're going to get erectile dysfunction. They're not going to be able to satisfy their wives simply because they have been kind of told by their religion or their culture to not have sex before marriage. It's a bunch of bullshit. If you have that culture, if your parents are trying to do that to you, tell them to fuck off and go have sex. And I'm saying, like, it's so important for testosterone and to maintain your testosterone that you need to keep having sex all the time. Very, very important. And look, I'm not saying go get a prostitute or do porn or that type of thing. I'm saying go out and meet girls and get social, overcome your social anxiety. I have a lot of clients that I coach on that too, how to overcome social anxiety. Something that I've overcome by unlearning all that bullshit. Anyway, so I wanted to give you guys this information. More videos coming about fapping and masturbation and porn, and I will bring you all that very soon. Go and cheat on your wife with Mia Khalifa or have a threesome, which is even better. And that is how you will cure your erectile dysfunction and boost testosterone. Hello. This is the bonus part of this video because I wanted to answer all the questions that I received from Snapchat. I'm giving those guys a priority because they took their time to make actual videos to ask me questions. Now, for those of you who snap me and I'm not getting to your question in this video, I will hopefully get to them in the next video, or I will snap you directly answering your questions, okay? Now, remember, sometimes I point around the area. I go, hey, Axel, put stuff here and there. If I do that and you're not able to see that, it's because you're on mobile. In order for you to get the full effect, you need to go to desktop and watch all of my videos through your desktop. This way you will be able to get the full benefit. So let's get started with these questions. Okay, so I'm gonna paraphrase because it's a long one. This guy's basically saying that as he's developing more and more ED and he's not able to have very good sex with his wife, why is it that she wants to leave him or their marriage is breaking apart, even though he has money, he has, he's a good looking guy, he also has a career and respect from society. Why is that ED so important for a marriage? Now, I talked about this already in this video earlier. Just let me give you more clarification. So the thing is, bro, if you are not able to fuck the girl like an animal really well, she might think that she's not attractive enough. She might think that she's losing her attractiveness. Now, that may be true, but that is the reason why a lot of relationships get broken, because the guy is not able to fuck well enough. Okay, now the second thing is, the girl may think that she's losing her ability to have actually pleasure you during sex. So she might think that she's not good at sex anymore, even though you are the problem. So that is the reason for what's happening in your relationship. This is GW. So thanks for the question, man. Okay, the next one is by TF. Okay, so he's asking about testosterone and how do you know that testosterone is increasing, or what does testosterone have to do with actual sexual activity? Now, what they've done are multiple studies where they monitor testosterone levels during sex. Okay, so a couple's having sex, they monitor these testosterone levels, and what they're finding is as sex occurs, as sex is going on, testosterone keeps increasing more and more. Okay, so we know that when there's an erection, testosterone increases, but we also know that testosterone is important for an erection. So it's a positive feedback mechanism. Okay, so thanks TF. Next question is by AZ. So he asks, what is the mechanism whereby low sexual activity equals hypogonadism? Okay, so first of all, what is hypogonadism? Hypogonadism is when you have low testosterone. That is just a scientific name for it, for if you don't know. Now he's asking, if you don't have enough sex or you don't get that penile blood flow, how is that actually gonna lead to low testosterone? What is the mechanism? What they found is low sexual activity or sexual dysfunction, they call it sexual inertia as well, that causes a depletion in your LH levels. That causes a deterioration or a dysfunctioning of your hypothalamus. Now we know that to trigger testosterone production in the testes, there is an entire stream, there's an entire pathway. It starts with the hypothalamus, there's gonadotropin releasing hormone that goes and touches or lands on the receptor in the pituitary gland, which releases luteinizing hormone, which is LH, that triggers the release of testosterone. So there's an entire pathway, and what they found is not having enough sex, okay, so having sexual dysfunction, or let's call it also erectile dysfunction, that will lead to depletion in LH levels in the brain, and also a dysfunctioning of the hypothalamus, which is in charge of releasing gonadotropin releasing hormone, which then releases LH. So it does obviously make sense. The next one is by ZB. Okay, so ZB asks, is erectile dysfunction and low testosterone reversible? What happens if I start having sex again? What's going to happen to my reproductive axis? Okay, that's an interesting one. Okay, so thanks for that question. Very good. So what is a reproductive axis? It's essentially the HPT axis, right? Hypothalamus, pituitary gland, and testes. I just talked about that now. So he's asking, is it reversible? Yes, it is. They've done a study where they did therapy to couples, and they found that after 3 months of resuming sexual activity, as well as some therapeutic interventions, they found that only those couples that resumed sexual activity actually were able to reverse the hypogonadism and get their testosterone levels back in check, and then able to maintain it if they had regular sex. So if you haven't had sex for a while, or if you have erectile dysfunction and you're not having sex, start having sex again, and your sex hormones will get balanced out. So there's hope, but you gotta have sex again. So that's it. Yeah, that's it, guys. If you want to learn holistic ways, natural ways to boost testosterone, then just click right here. Right here, Axel put it. You'll basically get a free ebook, The 5 Factors Killing Your Testosterone and How to Fix Them Today. That's a free ebook that I give away, how to boost testosterone naturally. So make sure you get that right away. Also, subscribe to this channel. You'll get a subscription link somewhere. If you can also just go down and click the subscribe button, and then you'll be able to be notified of my future videos, especially the NoFap videos that are coming up very soon. And I will do a NoFap webinar, very amazing one, where I will discuss everything about NoFap in that few hours, however long it takes. And you'll be able to ask me these questions real time, and I'll be able to answer every fucking question you guys have. So look out for the NoFap webinar coming up in the upcoming weeks. I'm also going to be releasing a NoFap ebook with all the shit about NoFap. There's also going to be an audiobook with that ebook, so look out for that as well. That is the bonus section of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Snapchat icon coming up soon. Add me on Snapchat and keep snapping me, and I will keep answering your questions. This is Doc Testosterone, and I will see you next time.